Today we're reviewing
Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
May the Force be with us, because this is a stinky one.
This is going to be a stinky one. Let's get into it! Luke Skywalker's hidden existence gets upended when Rey finds him and wants to learn the ways of the Jedi. Her desire to learn the ways of the Force causes conflict between them. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren and General Hux lead the First Order in an all-out assault against Leia and the Resistance for supremacy of the galaxy. And, this plot really just it was alright. 3.5 out of 5 for this one. So, there's a big reason for this plot being rated so low for us. The reason being is because the last movie, they set up a lot of different plots. Basically, just a lot of things to follow up on in the next movie. And they just left so many plot holes. It really confused a lot of us in the theater, and it just confused the whole viewing audience in general. It really kind of just messed everything up.
The main characters are the same as they were in the previous movie, Force Awakens. Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, and now we welcome back Luke Skywalker as well. I'll tell you this, I love the actors, I think the deliveries were alright, but when it comes to how they were written in this film, oh boy. The supporting cast is hit the worst, honestly. The main cast is okay for the most part, but it has its own problems. Luke Skywalker being seen as an old cranky hermit that has just given up on the Force was a shame to see. Later on they explain his reasoning, but it just feels, I don't know, something just feels wrong. I understand growing up made him cynical of the Jedi of the past and just cynical in general, but this is just not the Luke Skywalker that I know. Okay, let's move on to the supporting cast. I don't like them. While the actress who played Rose, a mechanic for the Resistance, didn't deserve any of the harassment that she received on social media following the movie's release, her character sure as hell felt like she didn't belong. She doesn't add anything useful to the story, she doesn't feel fleshed out at all, she pushes the plot once or twice, becomes a half-assed love interest character, and just fucking gets in the way. I mean that literally as well. Don't even get me started on Vice Admiral Holdo. I felt that they make you want to hate her, even though she's really just doing the best that she can do out of a shit situation. She has a moment in the film that reminds me of a certain blonde-haired douche from a certain anime that we reviewed. Except I think Holdo did it much better. Even though that's not saying much at all. I do not like the way these characters were written. 1 out of 5.
Well, The Last Jedi had a massive budget, so obviously they had awesome visual effects that really added a lot to this movie, because we know nothing else did. The only real gripe I had about the effects of this movie is in the throne room scene with Rey and Kylo Ren fighting Snoke's guards. The choreography for this scene was just awful. Now, to be fair, it was hard to see during the movie, but if you really pay attention, you can see all the flaws. Now, coming from a Star Wars film with hundreds of millions of dollars in budget, we shouldn't be seeing these kind of things, especially for how long they had to train for that kind of thing. But still, the effects were amazing. We still want to give it a solid 3.5 out of 5.
The Last Jedi is kind of a fucking mess. The story is alright on the surface, however the characters in crappy, useless moments really bog everything down. The supporting cast is weak, the visuals, while up to snuff for the most part, fall apart like a soaked paper bag. There was a lot of stuff that we didn't care about in this film. When first watching this movie, you want to like it. It's Star Wars. Of course you want to like it. That's how I was with the prequels. Whenever the movie dropped a piece of nostalgia on the audience, you want to smile and say, hey, that's just like the original trilogy, or hey, I really like that interaction. You want to like it, but you don't want to like it. You really don't. It's just using nostalgia to blind you. It's slow, it's boring, it's stinky. I would prefer watching the prequels than watching The Last Jedi. 2.5 out of 5. By the way, here's Luke milking the alien titty. If I remember this fucking scene, so do you.
So, that was our review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. You know, my girlfriend actually brought me to see this on my birthday.
Oh, no.
And she was very upset because I didn't like it.
That's terrible.
And she felt, so on top of this movie just being bad, it was a present from my girlfriend and me, and she felt bad because I didn't like the movie.
And their relationship has never been the same ever since.
Thanks, Star Wars. I really appreciate what you did. Thanks, Disney.
Heard a Star Wars review by a broken man who's now rolling away and
Fuck this
by yeah, honestly, I'd rather watch episode 1 than watch this again.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
you know what? I'm in a prequels mood, Zach. Let's watch those prequels. Well, in the meantime, we'll rewatch Mannequin Skywalker and talk about the midichlorians. We're gonna head out. Make sure you smack that fat subscribe button and leave a like on the video if you liked it and interact in the comments. And we'll see you all next week. The main characters are the same as they were in the previous movie, Force Awakens. Rey, Finn, Kyle Ren. Kyle Ren.